Chris, that's how do you rate it? Like, that's two really good performances in a row.
Yeah. Tonight was fantastic, I thought. I felt like we should have won probably by a little bit more than we did. I was a bit disappointed we let a few in late, but we came into the game knowing we had to do well at contested possession and clearance, and we've won clearance by 19, contested possession by 18. Against a team that's been really good at that this year, it's been their Onewood. And then I thought we defended them particularly well. They've been kicking high scores, getting lots of shots. To keep them to 14 shots tonight, and some of those were late. I was really proud of the effort. I feel like the last 2 weeks we're getting back to somewhere near what we look like when we play our best footy. The boys have really embraced, particularly the pressure stuff and the team defence side of things, and we've got a good result on the back of that. So, yeah.
Did you feel like that was a challenge coming from down the road tonight? They've been in a better position than they've been previously?
Absolutely. I mean, you look at their profile coming into this game. They were top 3 in contests, offence, defence, you name it. They've been great, and that's hard to do in this competition. I mean, some are saying, maybe their draw hasn't been all that hard, but I disagree with that. I think you've actually got to go out there and do it, and they've done it. So we knew tonight we're probably facing the best Gold Coast team that we've ever faced. So that's how we prepared ourselves.
Jack Payne was pretty handy for you in his return, keeping Ben quiet. How did you find his impact?
Yeah, Jack's been having a good year from the first game, really. Obviously missed last week. He had the flu and wasn't able to get himself up to play, but I thought he did a great job in the one-on-one duel tonight. Made it really hard for King to get his hands on the footy. He looked like he was going to mark a couple, and then Jack just got that last little bit of a fist in. So I thought he did a wonderful job, as did Harris Andrews down there as well, to help him out at different times.
You've already sort of touched on it, but the midfield battle was like that. He could have picked Will sitting here, but there's probably 4 blokes that.
Yeah, well, Will, Levi, Lockie, Josh Dunkley, Huey McCluggage. You could argue they were our best group of players tonight. They did a fantastic job.
How did you find out there? That was, especially the first half, looked like a really hotly contested midfield battle. They were able to kind of break it open a bit in the third.
Yeah, and they pride themselves on that. And we knew that it was already going to be like that. But then obviously when the weather set in a little bit, and we knew it was going to be a hotly contested and a clearance battle. And we went to work on that training this week, and in our focuses, just had really narrow focuses around that sort of stuff. And as Fake said, the defensive side of the game and the contest, and we knew that was going to be where it was won and lost.
How did you feel having your dad hang the medal around your neck?
Yeah, it was a cool feeling. I don't try and think about it too much. I think that was my 3rd Q Clash now, so I don't try and think about it too much heading into the game. But yeah, it's something that it's been joked about at different times around. It'd be pretty cool to win it, and to win it in my 3rd is a pretty cool feeling. Also to have that for me, but also how Levi performed tonight and how he's building his season is I'm really impressed with that and proud of him as well.
Chris, how's Sam Day?
Yep, so he's got some sort of a hamstring injury. I guess we'll get a scan in the next day or two to see how what the extent of it is. He started really well too. I thought he had a good first quarter, so disappointed for Sam that he had to come off. He's been gradually getting better with each game, so we'll just see what that is. Hopefully it's just a short-term hamstring. You'd think he probably doesn't play this week, unless it ends up being neural or something like that, but probably miss a little bit of time.
Chris, how much of a headache to keep sort of this forward line doesn't seem to be settling at all? You get someone comes back, someone goes out, now Sam Day's out, you've obviously lost Logan for this week. Kai, how difficult is it to keep sort of reworking that part of your ground?
Well, it's challenging, but it's always, you always find out good things about others and build a little bit more density of performance within that group. And the key to it all really with our forward line is if we move the ball well, we this is not being disrespectful to our forwards, but if we move the ball well, we're a hard team to defend, and our forwards will get looks. So, we expect to get Logan and Kai back available next week. I think Ty Gallop did well in the reserves today. Kitty Coleman had a terrific first game back from his ACL, and Danny Daly told me that Tommy Duday was probably the best on ground in the reserve. So we've got a few coming at us. Selection's going to be hard, but it's a good problem to have. We've got good depth, so you need that in an AFL season.
Would you consider Kitty straight away, or is he like Tom, where you want to see a bit of footy from him first?
Oh, to be fair, he's got to push his way into the side. I mean, the guys that are in there are performing, and I'm reluctant to change a group that are doing a good job. And sometimes it's good to get a second game back and a third game back, and then feel really good by the time you are available to play AFL footy. He's certainly a fantastic player. I mean, he's runner-up in the Norm Smith medal a couple of years ago. So yes, we'll just see how he progresses.
About Charlie's second quarter, I guess you'd probably think it would be inevitable just that he was going to find his mojo eventually, but you were obviously happy to see him find his spark with a few goals there.
Yeah, I mean, he was close last week. He's had 4 shots on goal. Could easily have kicked 3 or 4 last week. Didn't. I sort of knew that once he kicked one, he'd probably kick a few more, and that's the way it worked out. So really, really pleased for him. He's been working away at his games. He's been a bit flat by his performances, but tonight, in probably our biggest game for the year, he produced, and that's no surprise.
Where do you reckon you're at as a team, Will? Like Chris sort of talked about earlier, but what's your opinion of what you're seeing, how you've gone over the last couple of months?
Yeah, it's definitely promising, but I think something we speak about often is constant improvement. So yeah, I think that's something that I personally have always gone to work on around if I'm in good form, poor form, injured, whatever it is, always trying to be curious and find different ways and avenues to get better. And I think, yeah, that's what we'll continue to do. We're not satisfied. Obviously, tonight was a positive. We're in a pretty good spot from a year. But yeah, I think, trying to always improve and constantly get better in that sense. The things we're already good at and the things we might want to clean up. So that's where my head's at personally, and I think everyone else at the club's very similar.
Chris, just on that third quarter, you guys sort of up the ante. What did you say at the main break at half time?
I encouraged that we were doing a lot of things right. So the contest was right, the pressure stuff was right, except for they were getting through the corridor just a little bit easier in the second quarter. So we wanted to tighten up in there, which we did. And the other thing I just felt with our ball movement in that second quarter, we were kicking the ball. When we had the ball back of centre, we were sort of kicking long to the top of the arc and playing into their hands. And we talked at half time about getting a few more uncontested marks and building it up and changing the angles. And if you have a look at that third quarter, we had 36 uncontested marks, and our ball movement looked really smooth. So that was probably the main focus. Coming into that third quarter, it worked well. Thank you.